Right, hello YouTube. Second attempt. We might have had slight technical difficulties before. We're back from Sel Mounta. That is an enter in the wrong place. That's in the chat. Continue. Just cringe for me today. I don't know if anyone else is going to show. We'll see
Howdy.
what happens. Howdy.
I was wondering why you were typing and then just slab.
Yeah, it's just a slash. We're, as said, in the catacombs. We just got here. We've had a little look at this note. Seems to be some experiment notes, but maybe it'll make a little bit more sense when we find some others. However, let's have a little look at this. Well, we're not getting through that unless we want to try and climb over the rubble. I wouldn't recommend that. That's because of how sharp a lot of this, well, whatever this hardstone is. But secondly, because I'm now nervous this is all that's holding up the ceiling. And you mention it, pressing under more of this stuff would be a pretty awful way to die. Well, again, in my case. I suppose you ever remembered exactly what it was that killed you in the first place, did you? No, nothing. I think about it sometimes, but it's been so long. Honestly, there's been so many perks this life that I kind of don't mind losing. Well, whatever it was I lost at this point. I can't deny I'd like to have more. Or I'd like to know, just don't think I ever will, so I try not to worry about it. Given I at least like to think I'm part of the perks, I'll take that as a compliment. I'm still gonna have to try and find a way around these rocks. Oh, you're definitely one of the perks. The rocks, maybe not so much. What do we think? We can go kind of right. We can go left. We can try and go upwards somewhere.
Will that ever be answered in this game?
What killed her?
Yeah.
That is not. We do find a little bit more about the underworld. In fact, we could. There's actually something we could have a look at there, but we don't find out what killed her in this one. I could sort of spoil that because there is currently nothing to spoil. Yes, we do have, if you're interested, we got the Academy guidebook last time.
Oh! Yeah, sure.
It's a little, this is a little bit, she mentioned, like, when Maylene got sent away, that, like, she had a guide to the Academy, and this goes over it a little bit more. The Demon Academy, a guidebook for potential new students. So you've died and come to the underworld. That's fine, happened to all of us. You might, as many do, one day either feel a lack of purpose as a mere lost soul wandering the underworld, or perhaps you've encountered the many demons roaming around and decided you want to be like them. What does becoming a demon mean? Well, you'll have to learn, and that's part of what we're here for. Joining the Academy will put you onto the one of many paths of study that will affect the demon you grow to be. And that's literal, by the way. You'll begin to grow a new form over time if your training goes well. Muscles, horns, wings, a better body in every sense of the word. All of these are possible. But what are these paths? Well, a quick guide to each is included below, and it is possible to switch. Of course, though, you'll be starting from scratch each time you change, so choose wisely. Path 1, Path of War. The most common, Path of War focuses on strength, cunning, and combat. If you like to fight, this is the path to choose. Expect to grow massively in size and power, and to gain large horns and hooves if you succeed here. 2, Path of the Magi. For smarter or more scheming demons, you can delve into the study of magic. Nothing is taboo here. Expect not to grow much in size, but in smarts, with wings a rare possibility and small horns a near certainty. 3, Path of Seduction. You can guess where Raylia and Vanessa have been.
Ah!
Yes.
You also said that very quietly.
Did I? Oh, not intentional. I didn't think I was particularly quiet on that.
No, it's just like, oh, what if there's people around? Just gotta act like I'm not doing anything strange. Like that's it.
I
like when you're
should
eating
probably be
lots of
okay,
chocolate
but
bars.
it's like a little tiny bit awkward, but it's fine. Like, now for the people that have already got the game, you know, like that's on you. But like,
yeah, you knew this. It was literally.
I try to have fairly loud YouTube voice so people can hear me. Okay, I always figure it's easier to turn audio down than it is up.
Fair.
Right. Yeah, those on the was it? Path of Seduction. A common choice for those who enjoy the finer parts of life. Those on this path will learn how to control others and drain life directly from their foe. You can expect to grow wings, horns, tails, and an improved physique with success. 4, Path of the Surfacer. For those who wish to return to the world above, this is the choice. Expect to learn many mixed skills on this course. How your body grows here will vary wildly, but if you like to travel, it's the course for you. Hello, Mew.
Mew, welcome.
He's here. We're learning about Demon School.
Yes.
What?
Demon School. Welcome.
We got, were you there for the last stream? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Do you remember we got a book on the Demon Academy?
No.
Fair enough. We got one along with the autocannon that we got off the other demons.
Wait, Mew, were you there? Or did you...
I know I remember ending off at this area.
Okay, yeah, he was
Did you join
two
a
streams
little...
ago.
Okay. Yes, we had a little bit of a guidebook on the Demon Academy, and I figured we'd go through it quickly before we took our first fight.
And we have a new person.
Oh yes, so we have a new party member. So this is going over like the various sort of courses they have at the Demon Academy, or at least some of them. Path of Darkness. For those wishing to indulge in the worst of the underworld, this path holds no restrictions. How you grow is up to you, but beware. This path rewards only merit. The weak shall not succeed here. Fight your way to the top however you see fit. Yeah, it's basically anarchy class. You know, there's a lot of fighting involved. It's basically like, if you reckon you can get like one up on the other students, then go here. But like, don't expect anybody to be playing fair.
Oh.
6. This is the one.
That one lady took.
Yes, the smaller one whose name I annoyingly cannot currently remember. Oh, blimey. Not Zamia. Is it Zamia? I think it was Zamia. Path of Deprivation. Those wishing to experience the peak of experience itself. Not a path for the faint of heart. Your senses will be strengthened to their limit by long-term deprivation of certain senses at a time. This is why she's wearing the blindfold, by the way.
Wait, hold up.
She's not actually blind. She's doing it deliberately to strengthen her other senses. Often progress to from the third path. This can allow demons to grow incredibly if their progress is successful. This path is harder than almost any other, and this is partly because of like you have to learn to actually deal with that, and partly because obviously it's like you're like deliberately depriving yourself of your senses when there's demons like looking to take advantage of you like everywhere. So
Fair.
but this path is harder than almost any other. Expect to grow a long tail, mighty wings, and lastly, should you be one of the few that can stay with it, incredible twin pair of horns alongside an almost perfect body. The current Demon King himself was a graduate of this course many millennia ago, not the 5th as is currently believed. I think 5th was Path of War, I think.
Wait, what was that still continuing deprivation? I was looking at another screen.
Oh yeah, that was continuing on through, yes.
Cool.
7, this is where Maylene's from, Path of Sadism. Actually simply like inflicting suffering upon others. No shame in that among demons. And this is of course the path for you. Flippin' brain. You can expect similar, if slower growth, the path of seduction. Wings, tails, and a single horn on this path. I think there's only 2 more. Path of greed. Find yourself wanting more? More power, more beauty, more food, wealth, anything? Perhaps this is your path. Yeah, more cactuses by your sink. Also applicable. I will not explain this for the people not in the chat. Yes, this is your path. You'll grow without limits here if you could apply the ways to...
I'm going to slowly edit this picture with more cactuses.
Though your exact growth will match your soul. Lastly, Path of Redemption. Understandably, the heavens only very rarely take the dead road to them. Few can truly claim to be worthy. And on this path, it can still be possible to reach that place. It is not an easy road to travel. What exactly need to be done to travel it varies wildly depending on the soul in question and the sins of their life. But over time, with enough effort and work, it can be possible to complete the path, redeem yourself, and ascend. Though it is worth noting, this will destroy the user's body completely, either ascending them if done properly, or dropping the users into the many hells if not. And there is no going back once this path has begun, success or failure, no third option. These are not the only available path by any means, but indeed these should give a good idea of what you could learn here. By today, all you need to do is reach the edge of the Academy City and speak to one of our many, many staff. No charge.
Interesting.
So, I think this is explained later, I can't remember exactly where, but to give a brief idea, the way the kind of afterlife works here, roughly, dying turns you into a demon, or at least a lost soul. Demon is kind of just a job for lost souls. And your sort of form changes a bit over time. If you then die again, which is obviously very difficult because you're naturally immortal as a lost soul, you either ascend to the heavens or descend to one of the actual hells themselves, which is much worse than the underworld.
Okay.
Again, there's a little bit more explanation on that in particular later, so we'll get to that later. I reckon we'll go this way for now.
Combat.
Yep.
Why are the mummies almost dabbing?
They are a little bit. I can't say I'd noticed that, but I cannot unsee it now.
They're doing a music number.
A little bit like Thriller, yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't sing that. You know, I feel like that's definitely copyrighted.
Yeah, so this is copyright.
Copyright strike.
Yeah, he knew. He knew where I was going with that. Thank you, Susan Wetwinky, whatever your name is.
What winky?
Yes, I'm using the name from Transformers. No, I don't care. I don't even think that was right for Transformers, but...
No.
Oh yeah, there's Petrol's special as well.
Ah.
I can summon her now. That was the other thing we got from that last area. They hate light. Let's burn them away. I'm pretty sure these guys are especially flammable. Oh god, it's the curse. Sand curse.
Sand curse. What does that do?
If I remember correctly, it makes you 5 times more likely to be afflicted by other negative status effects.
Oh,
So
okay.
it does nothing on its own, but it makes you way more likely to get hit by something nasty.
Interesting.
I think it has been a little while. It might have some other effect as well, but I'm pretty sure that's the main thing.
And we're dang. There we go.
Okay. Some bandages.
Disease fluid and some sandy bandage.
Pretty sure the disease fluid inflicts disease, and the sandy bandages can inflict the same curse on other people.
Ah.
That wasn't so bad, I guess. They're pretty tough, but they're really slow at least. As long as we could avoid getting tangled in those bandages. Oh yes, they didn't use that attack, but they do have a bandage attack. I think we'll be okay, but do take care just in case. We're a little bit in a better place than we could have been, because this is kind of... It's not necessarily the easiest of the 3, but it's certainly not the most difficult. And we haven't done it first, so we're in kind of an okay spot.
So far, we're going through it pretty well. And that was just a couple fights.
So, there's some more notes here. Experiment number 1. Demon Worshippers. I intend to run necromantic experiments on worshippers for each of the 7 gods, identified from the markings on the coffins saved specifically for devout worshippers of each deity. Demon, naturally, was the first choice. However, despite the undead raised from these corpses being seemingly normal, I suspended my efforts to raise his followers. I never one for superstition. Something about raising the followers of the oldest gods has, and no other words for it, spooked me. A dire feeling came over me as I raised these coffins, and I decided after the second I shall leave the rest for now. There are plenty others to try.
Ooh.
Yet it seems strange, but the undead I have risen from his numbers are strong. Very strong, but no. Something feels so wrong with them, despite no visible flaws. No, I shall leave them, for now. He's experimenting.
That is a very suspicious thing, Shadow.
Yeah. Vision potion. Believe that applies HP regen. Experiment number 2. Solona worshippers. If nothing else, this proved to me once more, as if needed, why necromancy is so rarely practiced. Solona protects her own even in death. My efforts to raise the corpse of one of her followers ended in the corpse's immediate and unnaturally fierce self-immolation, almost scorching myself with them. Perhaps my raising of her husband Deem's corpses has caused this, or at least made it worse, but I dare not touch the rest of her followers. Yeah, so I think this was brought up with necromancers, but yeah, Solona, like, especially, really does not like undead, and has literally blown up one of her corpses to try and take the necromancer with it.
Oh, that's not a shadow, that's
It's
like
a scorch
charm
mark.
art.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a giant scorch mark.
Ah.
So I believe we saw these. I said the corpses from
This one-
Oberata were fairly, like, average.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could do it again quickly. It was in the last episode. Team Oberata is the first of the gods to not put any additional protection on the dead of her followers. Indeed, this may be due to a focus on the living. However, these people were, in life at least, simple peasants from what I can tell. Their bodies were merely average in life, and they make for undead no stronger or weaker on average than the dead either dug up or marked in unmarked coffins. Still, they could add to the ranks. You see, he's opened a few more of these as well.
You didn't do all of them. Oh god.
Yeah, ghoulish undead.
Mm-hmm. Those must be the strong ones that we found.
Beefy boys, yes. Let's hit 'em with the pickle.
Beefy boys. That's good.
They are beefy, but Tri-Pierce is a very strong skill.
that was good damage.
Yeah, I think we're actually pretty strong at the moment. I think we've ended up with quite a good team, although Rene's completely out of mana, so probably want a potion. Yeah, Sandy Bandage, fix Sand Curse, fix Disease.
The regeneration potion's blue like a mana potion.
It's purple.
Oh. Okay,
They are quite close looking, but it is purple.
Okay, I can see it now.
It could even be the stream. I don't know how good the video quality is on you guys' end.
I mean, it's fine.
Okay, good. Let's hit all of them. Why not? We got loads of TP. Let's burn some. Oh,
Famous last words.
Blimey. Oh wait, she's got the hammer, hasn't she? She's got that legendary hammer we got off the super boss. So yeah, we are ahead of the curve at the moment. What were those things? These can't have been normal undead, can they? They were huge. They have to have been built by whoever's raising them. Too large for any humanoid, too thin for a troll, and don't match any creature we fought. Didn't know you could customize the undead like that. Custom bold.
It's very customizable.
Yeah. Build a body. 04. Delisle worshippers. Finally, some real success. Delisle too, it seems, cares little for his followers after death. The ones buried here are all fierce warriors. Not only did some still have usable equipment buried with them, but the fierce temperaments have persisted after death. Those rhythms so far have made strong followers. Indeed, I somewhat wonder if Delisle maybe even still supports them, since they've been granted another chance to fight once more. Regardless, they are strong, and saving their resurrections for when the circumstances are at their best, in order to ensure they are restored at their absolute peak. Flippin' words today, man. These may well be the future elites of my forces.
Were you having some problems in the what's it called?
In Factorio, not too bad, but maybe a little bit. A couple more here.
Is that blocked off?
We can get to it through that hole in the wall, but we've got to get through here. It's just a bunch of
wait, there's
zombies.
no door, it's just a hole.
Yes, that is true.
Oh.
There's actually no door to it. I think you noticed right on that one. Yes, that's the sword and then the hammer. Jesus Christ.
Just a lot of damage.
Whack, 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 whack. Yeah, but that's Vagel might be well above of the current power level, because I think the poison against that giant was a bit lucky. So I think we actually beat something way earlier than we otherwise would have been able to.
Oh, yeah. And they all seem to be taking it to heart. Yeah.
Probably because she just, again, the AI is a little bit smart. They will prioritize, like, heavy damage dealers, so it probably noted that she had just, like, nuked one of them. And went, oh god, I need to focus that one.
Yeah.
It's not so much of a big deal, the AI being a bit smarter earlier on, but late game as well, it can get quite dangerous if it starts, like, going, that character's weak. Get him.
Get him, boys.
Especially if it's your healer.
Yeah. We've got 2 now, though, so that helps. We've got Vanessa as well now. She does a little bit of everything. Again, it's one of these things where, like, if I ever have time to go back over this game and add more dialogue for her in these zones she's not in, or she doesn't necessarily have to be in, I probably will. Yeah. Samson smashes down the last of the zombies. So many of them. No kidding. The zombies are feeble, but man, that was a long one. Yes, there's a hole in the wall.
It's a broken one.
Experiment number 8. Eighth worshippers. This was a tomb I did not expect to find, but the strange layout of the place prompted me to attempt to knock through a wall, and I indeed stumbled upon this hidden room. These coffins are marked with the X normally saved to mark the graves of those few desperate heretical followers of the mysterious eighth god. Even the urn placed here was once filled with salts and other spirit-repelling substances. The very priests that built this tomb were afraid of the corpses buried here. I would happily see them resurrected. The lack of knowledge even to myself about the eighth god domain worries me. Given that their domain is often seen as treachery, would I need to worry that having their followers hidden in plain sight among my own, that they would attempt to put a dagger in my back? I am unsure, but until I have some suitably mighty undead as bodyguards, I shall leave their dead buried here. We can't actually go any further
I guess
in.
he did not get those bodyguards if he didn't resurrect them.
Yeah.
This one also looks like it has like a scorch mark, or is that just like fire or something?
Another scorch. Oh, Castle staff. I think we got one of those actually. Oh, we could save some money.
Bought one.
Yeah, we could have saved some money. Actually, did we... What did we get for Vanessa? What's that another one? Oh, Malin's whip. Oh, she can't actually use stuff. I thought she could for some reason. I guess Eddie's probably okay with what she's got. She's getting quite a lot of attack off of the gun stick.
The gun stick.
One minute. Experiment number 4. Sel worshippers. This was a mistake. Good start. I'll admit, I knew this one was going to be all or nothing, but I had not expected what happened when I attempted to raise one of her followers. Assuming that being the goddess of both death and magic, and as a necromancer I have strong ties to both, I assumed her followers would be easy to raise. And this part was true. Indeed, at first, the process seemed to have gone better than any attempt I've ever made. The body was resurrected in excellent condition and showed much more intelligence than I'd seen in the zombie. However, within a minute it had turned on me with ferocious force, magic blazing from its hide. It took a lot to bring it down, made worse by many of my spells being burned away by the blue fire of Sel that enveloped it. Sel may look favourably upon my spells when I raise the other dead, but it seems she guards her own with more fervour than any other god. Her dead are off limits. This is why necromancers are rare. This is part of it, because if you accidentally raise the wrong god's dead and you don't know whose they were, stuff like this might happen.
Ah, yeah, where you almost die.
Yes. Or you possibly do, depending on how skilled you are.
Which is kind of,
Yes, it's kind
what's
of like...
the word?
Aside from other people being unhappy with you raising their dead, that's why they're kind of like dangerous if there's a good one in universe, because the bad ones get killed off.
Okay, hear me out. If you're a necromancer and you know for a fact you're about to die, why not cast like a lingering spell that just as you die you raise back from the
Resurrect
dead?
yourself.
Yeah.
It's an interesting idea.
Oh, genius.
But do you even follow a god at that point? Or are you like, no god?
It can vary a bit.
Atheist.
Experiment number 7. Toma worshippers. I dare not. I was doubtful, given that all buried here would surely be children, and thus still suited as warriors, that their tombs would be worth opening. But stepping over the threshold with my tools in hand, I'd be freeze on the spot. Dreadful burning down my spine, too strong to be merely my own mind. As the child of both Deem, who unnerves me enough, and Sulona, who would go so far as to see our followers' bodies incinerated to prevent my interference, I decided not to even open a coffin lid. To tempt fate, destiny, and the wrath of the very sun itself, risking the wrath of both head gods by interfering with their dead child's followers is the line even I feared to cross for now. Even he's got a little sense.
Probably a good idea.
I think there's one left that we haven't checked yet, and then we've got a few options which way we can go. Oh yeah, there's also another fight there, but I think we can ignore that one because we're already through into this area. Experiment number 6, Ignail worshippers. Thankfully, after the disaster with Sersel's followers, Ignail's dead seemed almost grateful to be resurrected. Perhaps because Ignail's domain of change is very limited, and that most dead can change very little beyond decaying once buried, but they are easy to resurrect and their bodies reasonably hardy. Primarily dwarves, I have set them on the manual labour around the catacombs for now and plan to raise more as additional staff. Working hard.
So do they like keep their intelligence, or are they just like generic zombies?
A lot of them are the guys we've been fighting around the place.
Ah.
The really big ones might be the Delisle Delisle worshippers, for example. So we can't go that way. So we've got an option of right or left here. We can go either
Let's
way.
go right. The left looked important as I saw something in there, so
Sure.
we'll just.
Rattling
Ah,
bones.
that looks.
Interesting.
That looks interesting.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of bones. Is that got a reject pub? No, now I think about it. Didn't you once accuse me of being into necromancy, Vagel? Oh, our first argument back at the cellar. Or one of them at any rate. You did remember. Assumed, from my studies, that most demons are into dark magic. Well, you weren't totally wrong, honestly. It's not rare among those of us that can cast magic. But now I think about it, you're a healer and a good one at that. What makes a demon turn to healing magic? Now I think about it, I don't know. Is it something I always did? I see. As once my powers are restored to me, I should look into some spells to restore memory. You're offering to learn how to heal me? Vagel of all people is... I knew you really cared, you big dummy. Come here. Rachel lunges into a hug on Vagel. Nah, not so tight. I must be going soft. I don't even have the will to push you off anymore. I'm wearing you down, my dear. Suppose you've... I suppose they still argue occasionally for where you are in Sel Quinta, right? If I remember correctly.
Yes. It's kind of getting to the point where they're a bit more chill, but There's
Yeah.
still the occasional disagreement. No outburst, but
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, what's this? It's like a blueprint? Oh, something like that? I can't even... Oh, I mean, what even is it? That's a kind of skeleton crab? Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. It looks pretty simple, though. I think
wait.
it does. I can't even read half of this. Is it even writing? All right, and bam. Renee, before the others can react, makes a gesture, and... Ah, don't eat me, horrible bone monster. Somehow, my dear, I think you're safe. Open your eyes. He's so cute. On the altar in front of Renee is a tiny bone grab, barely a few inches wide, looking up expectantly at her. Bone crab, even not bone grab. Yes, I suppose I can kind of see that, but you realize you just used necromancy, Renee. And like it was nothing, too. You barely glanced at that page. So how strong is this girl's magic? Oh, is that bad? He seems happy about it. Renee picks up the crab, which settles calmly in her hands.
Yes.
Right, I forgot. You're from Seltor. Who knows what their customs are? Perhaps to them, necromancy is common. At least maybe not frowned upon. You could also just be, well, Renee being Renee. You've refrained from asking about your home nation, it's true. And I suppose your people may not view it the same way, but on Sel Quinta and Sel Mounta, necromancy is extremely illegal. Most don't know the truth about why, though. The gods have a habit of protecting their own worshippers in death. Sorry, Discord's pinging in the background. What's going on here? Ah, gotcha.
We were talking about bugs.
Oh, it's something unrelated in this case, but yeah.
Yep.
Necromancy can replace the dead, can resurrect the dead, but it can also incur the wrath of the gods themselves. The risen dead can rise in almighty destructive power, causing untold damage. Say, I knew that, but not that it's not illegal on Selona. I mean, Selkana makes sense. You never know what all the dead arise in their own there, but Selona? It doesn't need to be. Selona watches over the island, and the light of her moon that shines down upon it burns undead to ash within seconds. They've no need to make it illegal in the first place, because they can't do any damage there. As for this creature, well, I think it's safer to say this is closer to a golem that just happens to be made from bones, since you're not trying to raise an existing creature, so... I guess if you want to keep it, you'd probably be fine. But maybe don't go
Give it a
showing him off
cowboy
in
hat.
public. Hear that, little guy? New boss says you're okay to stay. Crab is celebrating by waving its pincers in the air. Got the bone crab familiar. It's chilling in your inventory at the moment.
Alright, we have to equip it.
We got a little friend.
Heck
I
yeah.
guess Renee's inventory is already full, so Samson, you can have the crab. A
What's-
cute little crab animated by Renee. Its hard shell and quick movement provide the holder bleed immunity. Yeah, so like the familiars in the
heck
first game,
yeah.
I don't think you can buy the full set of them like you could in the original, but they do still grant immunities.
I think I saw some familiars, but I think I got distracted by the panda hat.
Ah. Yes, they might help you with those jellyfish, because there are ones for
Oh,
paralysis and
that's
poison
what
and
you
that.
were...
That's why I was saying about it.
Oh, I honestly didn't know what you meant. I just kind of played along. Wait, there is another way to go back there. It was to the left.
That was it?
Like, when we made a choice, there was that
Oh, yeah.
other room.
What do we think? Up to there, or...?
Up.
Oh,
Push
oh,
forward.
Fine.
It looks like we can't go that
fine.
way anyway, so... We're probably trying to reach the center, so...
Oh, was that a... No, I'll just save my thoughts.
Sure. Ow. I'm going to attack immediately.
Crumple.
Yeah. Ow. These ones are a bit meaner. God, who do we think is pro... Well, we know magic physical attacks don't work well against the shades. So I guess maybe go after the robed ones. Oh, there goes the hammer.
Ooh, heck yeah!
300 on the crit. Level shot. Got high
I
defense,
saw it do
but-
700 once.
Yeah, it's probably a little busted, but we earned it. We did that special boss. Ow. Yeah, these guys.
They don't like the hammer.
They do not. They've got the.
X204 was right
yeah,
below.
I think we might need it. Let's get her up. Here's our main damage at the moment. Main damage roll in this game tends to drift between Renee, Vagel, and Raylia, depending on where you are.
Really?
She actually has the highest individual attack and speed of the party. It's just tempered by a slightly weird thing. But yeah, in terms of actual raw stats, she's actually the fastest and the hardest hitting. Just that Vega also has a multi-attack, so she often tends to either keep up or even exceed her.
I feel like we don't use her like second attack all that often. We just go for the first attack, and the other people just strike faster.
Finish off, yeah. It's more in the bosses that you have to actually use it. It's one of these things that, like, I like it in concept. In practice, it probably would need some refining if I bring the class back for the next game. I think was part of the plan, actually. It's the next one. This is a... Yes, this is confirming it here, but don't expect it anytime soon. I am planning for the next game to have it be customizable classes. And I'm going to try and bring back everyone from the series so far and some new ones, and maybe even... There's an extra book in the library that mentions some extra classes that various NPCs across the game mention, but you never see in action. I'm almost tempted to make those playable as well. But it'll depend on time and everything. Creepy. The way they move, all stiff. Hopping was weird too. Just using their magic to balance themselves. I'm surprised they have so much control of it, given their lack of movement. Little Jingashis. Weird Chinese, what is it, hopping zombie, I think they're called.
Jingashi.
They can't like flex their arms. They're sort of stuck in that sort of forward zombie pose. In fact, I think they can't.
Oh.
I think they actually can't bend their limbs in general. They're just completely like solid.
So they're always in like the Gmod sticky mode.
Yeah, I guess kinda. I haven't played Gmod, but I can imagine the sort of thing.
It's just like legs together, arms kind of like straight going down by your side, but like slightly out, like like a wing.
That kind of thing. But
Send a
forwards.
picture.
There's a green. Remember these?
Nope.
So the others are setting up to take a look around in here. I suppose it would be a good idea to talk to them while I have a moment. There's a lot I don't know about them, but who to talk to? Who's Vagel going to interact with, do we think?
Renee.
Think Renee?
Yeah,
Yes,
she
Renee.
likes magic. She likes magic, and she's
True.
stupidly good at it. So, like, you know.
Why not? Renee, I don't suppose there's anything you need a hand with. Oh, hey, Vagel. Anything to help with? Oh, want to help me try the food in here? Some of it's good, but this powdery herb is kind of bland. But they've got so much of it. Am I doing something wrong? Herb? This is flour. You make bread out of it. Bread? Wait, how can you not know what bread is? You've eaten with us. You know, the brown stuff, this big. Oh, that. Yeah, that's nice. You really make it out of this powder? Oh, I suppose being from Sel Quinta. But they don't have bread over there. What do you people use as their main food if it's not bread? Main food. Oh, rice. It's this sort of grainy stuff. Loads of light brown grains about this big. You cook it in hot water and put sauce and vegetables and meat with it. You don't have that over here? No, though it sounds interesting. I never expected even the food would be different, but with Sel Quinta being cut off from the rest of the world. Anyway, now I think about it, why is Sel Quinta cut off from the rest of the world? Is it the fault of your boss? I can't tell you. I promised Mum I wouldn't tell. She told me I wasn't allowed to explain to outsiders. The seventh god would get angry at me if I did. Oh. I didn't expect you to say that. That's actually why I haven't told you all much about it yet. I'm actually glad no one's asked me too much about it yet. I'm really sorry. I think back to the little I know about Sel Quinta. There was a running theory that the seventh god was the main god of the island. I can only assume from what you've told me that is true. I can tell you that's right, but I don't know much about him. I always used to hear you'll be told when you're an adult, but after I started helping the boss, I forgot to ever ask. There was always so much to do. I don't think you've had a bit of a strange life. Given we're all adventurers, I suppose I'm not one to talk. Oh, I just thought, you know the food here. Could you show me what's good? I've been choosing at random. Well, it's not quite what I had planned, but sure. Oh yeah, there's the pose, yeah. She's a strange girl for sure. It doesn't feel like she's hiding information from malice or just because she's got some ulterior motive. It really does feel like she's just caught up in something, in a situation that's just a whole lot bigger than her.
Very interesting.
Rennie never realised it. Vagel's looking out for her from that day. A little of Rennie's good cheer would rub off on Vagel too. Vagel gained plus 50 luck. Rennie gained plus 10 magic and physical defense.
Oh yes, because she totally needed to critical and do more damage.
It's magic defense, so Rennie's got a bit tougher.
Oh, I thought that's what the luck was.
Oh no, the luck is Rennie like cheering Vagel up a little bit. She's like, he's kind of fun to be with. Like,
well, I thought luck was criticals.
yes, luck does do criticals though. Yes, so yes.
Oh, okay.
Vagel will be hitting possibly even harder. Luck build when. Meanwhile, on the other side, I know some people like their girls thin, but this is pushing it. You know, now you mention it, the skeleton is a lot better condition than the others. You think this was someone the necromancer knew? Any necromancy to save some past loved one. There's some romance in that, I suppose, in a twisted way. There could also be some kind of pet project.
Illegal.
Raising the perfect partner from the bones of only the best. Weird. Do you really think that could be it? No, not really. I feel if that's what you were trying to do, you'd want a bit more, well, everything on their body. If anything, this is just a really good example to study for putting the other bones back together at a guess. That's never explained. Leave it up to your imagination.
I just find it hilarious. Just that first line.
Yeah.
I know some men like their girls thin, but that's taking it too far.
Yeah. Wow, someone's eating well. Especially given they live in the tomb of all places. I have a feeling I've never been able to afford lobster. I mean, I know the coastal towns eat it all the time, but outside of those, it's pretty expensive. Lobster used to be like poor people food as well. It didn't used to be expensive. Like,
and then there was just like, oh wait, this is actually good. Then they made it expensive.
I think it was.
Wait a minute, this is good. Quickly.
I think it was the steam train, ironically enough, because once that was like a big thing,
yeah,
you could ship stuff around way further before it went off. So I think
steam
that was probably part of it.
And then refrigeration, obviously, just made all food industries change. So
yeah, because you can all of a sudden you can actually get stuff around. I mean, stealing food was something I wouldn't normally have done as a thief, but given this is from a necromancer, it's so fresh, but it's just sitting out here unattended. I should probably dissuade you two nefarious schemers, shouldn't I? As the responsible one, you should, I suppose. But your stomach betrays you. I try to be better than this, but in truth, I've never tried it either. It smells good, and I'm starving. Given it couldn't have been made by anyone else. The party shamelessly robbed food from the very plate of the innocent necromancer. There was enough to fully rest, but not enough to rest her again. It's a one-off heal.
Oh, your little stomach gargling sound effect. Yeah. There was another. Oh, I was gonna say there's another talking thing down there.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that one. I'll go back in a sec. Oh, he's been confused. Been spooked.
Global.
Stick a spike in the big one.
That should work. I've never seen I've never seen Attack on Titan, but I imagine that's what like they look like just off like seeing their face.
Yeah, like the female Titan kind of looked like that with some of the muscles on the outside.
Ew. That's just creepy.
It is like the Titans are definitely creepy.
I had a friend who would always watch like Attack on Titan and talk to me about it when just talking about shows, and I could never get it. I was like, that's just uncomfortable. Like,
God, Attack on Titan. They have cannonballs, but they just like don't do anything.
I don't know, just
and they just use swords, and I'm like, why? Just use a cannonball. If that doesn't work.
The technology does actually start to improve as the series go on. They do actually start developing like way nastier weapons by like the third series, especially. But
they get anti-tank guns.
They do.
Yeah, that's what I was supposed to say.
There's straight up an armored train battle early on in the third series. Zeppelins. They've got like rockets. They also develop, I think, at one point there's like a big sort of rocket-propelled spike.
Rocket-propelled spike with no charge.
No, it's explosive as well. They carry like 3 of them on each arm.
Oh, there is just straight up like an armored train.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the stuff that gets kind of crazy later on. And, like,
looks very German.
One of the Titans carries around like a machine gun pillbox on its back and like actively fights with the crew. She's like the only one. She's like one of the smartest cannon. Yeah.
What the heck? Why does that is a very long
you start producing indirect fire artillery and just blow them up before they even get to the balls.
No, hold up. This is exactly what this is. Hold up, let me save this picture.
In chat, yeah.
Although this is a very I can't for some reason can't save the one from the anime, but
no matter how. That's a quick question. What is the pictures above with Dr. Cruiser and the anime girl?
That's one of the DLC. That's the DLC, the anime girl from the depths. They did anime like character DLC for some reason at one point.
Oh yeah,
there's Pick. That's the cart Titan.
Yeah, it's
kind of
very
fun in the,
disturbing to look at.
She's kind of fun in the show as well. If she's
disturbing,
like,
but he does have a giant gun on him, so it's like the closest you're gonna get to a tank.
It's just a Titan with a freaking flak 88 on the back of it.
I think if I remember correctly, when she like de-transforms, she's kind of so used to being the cart titan that she like wanders around on all fours for like a week or two just on instinct. Sort of like getting, it's like, wait, how do I human again?
Ugh, this show sounds so creepy.
It's
It
alright.
really is creepy. Like,
It definitely has some moments.
No, I mean, if you have guns like that, I don't understand how they just murder a Titan. You just shove a bunch of those on the wall. What is a Titan gonna do?
Well, here's the thing. This is small spoilers, it's slightly off topic. That technology is not available on the island, at least early on. They don't have that technology on the island they started on. That's not even their gun. Or Titan.
Oh, yeah.
They've been kind of sealed off from the rest of the world. So while the rest of the world has been doing technology stuff, like the like the 3D maneuvering gear is actually unique to that island. They're the ones that made it. It's like their only way to hit what at that point was the only weak spot, which was the back of the neck. That was the only way they knew how to fight the Titans, which is why they've got it at all. Like they could just about kill them with their own guns, but it was like really difficult. The swords are ironically the more reliable way.
What they need is a Spitfire. That worked perfectly.
And then on the mainland, they're just like, yes.
There's a Spitfire. My
anti-tank guns are
Anyway, to get back slightly more on track, although feel free to look up more interesting stuff from it as you go. No matter how many undead I fight, I never get used to it. The way they move, the creepiness, the smell. Oh, I'm in the wrong chat again. I'm in the wrong window again even. Hits enter.
Alright, what's he gonna put this time?
There's nothing at all that time.
It still says you're typing.
What's she doing to fight them
there
all?
it goes.
These poor people are supposed to be at rest now. I guess putting them down again is all we can do now. We've got a few options.
Wait, there was the talkie.
Oh yeah, you said there was something else I missed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was the red spray.
Wait, I swear there was. Where'd it go?
There was a red one in sort of this corner on the other side.
No, but it was in this. I might just be going crazy. You know?
He's going crazy.
There was one, but we did do it.
He saw the crab in his brain. Is going downhill.
If I'm honest, yeah, I haven't. I'm just thinking of the crab.
Experiment number 9, unmarked dead. These dead, like the ones from the now converted storeroom and ritual room, have not been claimed by the gods, at least as far as their coffins are concerned. It would seem this carries over for despite initial worries and precautions against a repeat of what has happened with the subjects of the various gods, there have been no issues with these undead. Well, none beyond the extreme variation as far as quality is concerned. Say these dead are inconsistent would be an understatement. While some are sturdy, extremely so in a couple of cases, many are about as fragile as it gets, barely strong enough to hold together. Fortunately, I think I'll just have to try them all.
And
I think the other room, on the other side, I think we missed this, but the other room just has coffins like piled up, like open ones.
Yeah.
Where he's been like shoving them.
Here's a question. If they're unmarked, are they just not protected by a god?
Yeah, it's a case of they weren't like tremendously devout like worshippers of any, so they've just sort of put them away.
So like, all someone has to do is just take a devout worshipper and just put it in an unmarked coffin and just wait for a necromancer to do a bit of trolling. As the zombie suddenly violently explodes.
We do a bit of trolling, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you could theoretically set traps for them. Again, this is part of why necromancers are rare, because it's so difficult to do correctly and not blow yourself up. Does this look familiar to you, though, Cringe? You might recognize this sort of scenario.
Actually, this reminds me of in the mine, where like maybe, yeah, there was like this other location, and there was a bunch of skeletons, and you could find like the armor with them.
Yes. Now, what do we have here? The mountain. Wait, here it is. A super powerful axe we found back on Sel Quinta.
Oh, yes. I haven't made it yet.
Yes, but how did it get here? It's the same one, that is. Could it be that as King of Sel could only scatter our equipment, perhaps? Either way, though, something seems off about it. The glow is gone, the runes are there, but they just look like they're etched into the surface now. I managed to repair it once before, right? I'm sure we could do it again, and it'd be worth it. It would. If this weapon was still out here, Celian is still out there somewhere too, I know it. You left me that sword, Grandpa, and I will take it back. Got the deep-powered mountain. Still, it hasn't escaped my notice that both times we found this weapon, it's been surrounded by blasted corpses. Should be careful with this one.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Wait,
fair
so
enough.
the Necromancer's been reviving things and just in his back closet as a super weapon. It's just like, maybe I shouldn't touch that.
We don't know necessarily how it got here, but yes, there it is. A legendary massive black axe that goes by the nickname of Mountain Breaker. But at the moment, it's not working properly. Yeah, this one is actually quite a lot more down powered. It's actually fairly hard hitting, but it is very much broken at the moment.
Yeah.
That might be one to try and repair before we try and use that. It's actually one of the ones of the artwork for the game. I think it's, in fact, I can show it. It's one of the ones leaning up against the tank in the main artwork. Yeah, there it is. If you see that sort of the red like
with the
markings.
runes. Oh wait, are all of those like unique weapons?
They're all legendary weapons. If you notice on the left, that's the hammer. That's the hammer that Vagel's got.
Oh, cool, cool.
So
When did you get a tank?
yeah, so when do we get the
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll see what's going on with that one. That
First
is not
game
something we can miss. That's not an optional.
First game we had a what was it called, an ironclad and an excavator, and now we have
excavator.
Oh.
We'll get.
Well,
to
no,
that.
just the regular excavator that you just Oh gosh, I got clapped so hard by that.
Oh yeah.
Clapped by an excavator.
It's
I got
like
clapped so.
I think it's the second hardest boss in the game because it's an absolutely monstrous tank.
I got halfway down. I
think
got
it
it
is way
actually good.
Oh, was it the... No, okay, maybe it wasn't the second hardest, but it's very, very tanky when you first encounter it anyway.
I literally got clapped so hard I deleted the footage so no one could see it.
Yeah, it's one of the lost episodes, isn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, whoops, sorry guys. Lost
Luckily,
episode,
the whole video was me going up there and fighting it, so nothing was lost.
Yeah, that might have been a bit of a dry episode. That might have been one that needed cutting down anyway. If it's a whole episode of just fight. Yeah, sorry about that, but I was basing it on what I knew about super bosses, and that was that they were often long. I at least did not do the did Final Fantasy Online that had the one that took the first team to do it like 2 days straight or something.
What?
One of the Final Fantasy Online ones was something ridiculous. I think they actually, like, some lore thing got involved and they had to, like, cut it back to, like, something like 6 hours or something. But, like, yeah, it genuinely took over a day, the first lot, to beat it. It was so difficult and had so much tank.
Jeez, I'm never.
It was, like,
I
a
am not
genuine
playing that
accomplishment
game.
for the few people that done it. But I'm also, like, when you're having to rotate out players, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Blade Lock
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
I'll have a look at that in a minute. No doubt about it. That big one was directing the others. They're getting smarter and stronger as we get further in. Maybe the ones with actual fighting skill are kept as guards as the rest just wander. That suggests we're getting close, though. We're on the right track, but I guess we need to be careful now. A little look at that gauntlet. I know there's some dialogue.
Hold on, is it?
Don't.
I just noticed something at the edge of my eye.
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
show you in a sec. Dwarven gauntlet design that locks the user's weapon to the hand. Make them harder to disarm. It gives a little bit of an attack and defense boost.
Ooh,
And we can resist attack down.
that's good.
I guess maybe
That'd be
one of
useful.
these two.
Yeah, to like a dagger.
Maybe for you. That can't get any lower now. Or it's harder to lower it. Long dialogue
Look at
coming
that.
up.
Yeah, look, isn't that...
Oh yeah,
Look at that.
dude there.
there's a
Wait, he has the
figure
same
over there.
colored eyes. What? Maybe
They're
it's
not
slightly-
quite. It's a case of like it's
Huh?
difficult to tell. They're like if you see they're slightly greener than Samson's. I don't know if you
I'm
can
already
tell very
coming
well
up
across
with
the stream.
theories. Just like
Is that
30
that
seconds.
Necromancer?
You know,
Could
looks
be.
like it.
We're
He's
looking
supposed
for
to be
one.
down here.
He's
He's
got
next to the freaking tomb,
he's got coloured eyes. It's only been important characters so far that have had that.
and he has robes.
Yeah, there is a little bit of difference with some of the characters' colours, but I did have to sort of recycle a few. You know, it's like Vanessa's got like olive green eyes because there's only so many colours. It's like, well, I don't want to just do directly green. So she's got like
And
slightly
then you just
darker
got the
ones
red
than-
eyes.
Yeah.
Actually, they do kind of look like olive oil.
Yeah, Rene's got like orange rather than red, but some of them are a bit close. We got another dialogue. Party advances along the long corridor. Bagel seems to halt for a moment, though only rarely seems to have noticed this. Something wrong, my dear? No, it's nothing.
I'm looking at the characters' eye colors.
To advance a few steps, but almost as quickly stop once again as the rest of the party continue onwards. Except Vanessa, because apparently I've screwed something up with the coding there. Oh, I need to make a note of that because that's an actual problem. That will actually legitimately cause problems later down the line if I don't fix that.
Wait, it will?
No, wait. No, if she's not been removed from the party, she won't be re-added to it either, but I do need to make a note to fix that.
Oh.
Vanessa's gone for the rest of the playthrough.
She's genuinely not supposed to be there for that that cutscene.
Oh, I see how all the coffins are stacked up.
Testing.
I would take
Notes.
a screenshot, but I don't know how to. So you have to like go to the printer.
If Vanessa is in the party by the time of Vadal and Aurelia's dialogue, in whom she needs to be removed. I mostly did the I should mention this is because I mostly did the testing with getting her last, so that I could be certain that you could do the other areas down a party member where it's most difficult.
Ah.
So this is why I probably managed to miss this one. No, actually, there was something I wanted to ask you, but you're not sure if I'll answer? No, I'm just not sure if I want to hear the answer, but it's been bugging me for some time now, and since it's just us for the moment... oh, no. Since it's supposed to be just them for the moment. Yeah.
And then you got the mother just peeping.
No,
Yeah.
see, here's the lore. She's just like creeping around
sneaking.
the corner. It's like Snoop, but you see, you just like it's 2D, so you can't just like show that.
What do you actually think of me as a person? Ah, now I see what you mean. Do I sum up my feelings on you in words? Yeah, complicated is how I'd put it. You wield great power, but use it to protect the weak and defenseless. You care little for those you consider beneath you, but listen to the views of your equals and are willing to let people grow in how you value them. And you've changed, for certain. But the you I know now has come a long way from the you I met so long ago. I don't seem to see us as hangers-on trying to keep up anymore, for example. Just like, oh.
Did the music change?
It did. The music does change a little bit here. I need to make that face, dear. I don't hold it against you. Any arguments from back then are long since resolved. Right, thank you for that. Given what I said back then, that's maybe more than I deserve. But there was actually one more other thing when I asked what you think about me. Look, it's the flirting, okay? You love it, I can tell. You do it constantly. And I just can't tell with you. Do you mean it? Is it just to mess with me? Most of the time I think you're just doing it for fun, but... at times I can feel my heart beating faster and it feels like you really do mean it. And then I have to think about what I feel and I just don't know. It's a weird place to ask about it, I know, but you can't just ignore it, right? Before I answer, there is something I'd like to ask you along those lines. Go ahead. I asked you a little while back if you'd ever had time for romance, but you told me no one was ever able to keep up. Does that mean you've never actually been in a romantic relationship with anyone? What? Are you suggesting I've never... Well? She's right through me, doesn't she? She's always been able to see right through me. There's the one aspect where I have to admit, I think I'm completely outmatched. And besides, even if it's scary to admit, what point is there in failing to lie here? No. I used to tell myself I didn't have time for those I saw so far beneath me, but I think... You can tell me. Yeah, my word, I won't make fun of you, whatever you tell me. The interesting thing is that I believe her. I was scared. I'd only ever been close with a few friends, and when they were taken from me. I guess I was afraid that if I grew too close to anyone else, I'd lose them too. Despite the strength I could build, I still couldn't do anything to save them. That what had happened would happen again. But then you came along. From everything I'd heard, you should have been a monster hiding in plain sight with your charm to murder all of us, or... sorry. To murder as all... Murder us all? Okay, that is wrong. Sorry, that's throwing my brain off. Murder us all.
Oh yeah, that is as all.
Also, dialogue. Check there. Flipping test. I swear to God, I spent 2 days going over the dialogue. Double checking it.
I remember you talking about that. You're just like,
and 2 more.
so long.
Yeah, I try so hard with the dialogue because I had this issue with the first one. It had a huge grammar patch before you played it, but like, hey, it'll drain our life away when no one's looking. Oh shoot. Okay, we'll have to hope that the audience at home read that. You've even saved me more times than I remember now, despite everything. And then you get me saying sappy things like this, pouring out my heart, but barely saying a word to make me do it. And then I realise I've wanted to the whole time, and I don't know if I want to slap you or kiss you. All the things about you that annoy me, there's just as many... know more that make me feel things I never feel otherwise, and... I think in this case I can't, and shouldn't, be the one to make that decision for you. If you've never been in love before, I can't in good faith tell you that you are. You need to make that decision yourself. But I can maybe make it easier. And she says this, she extends her arms, gesturing to come closer. If you decide, well, you know what to do here. The many expressions of Vagel.
Oh!
What? Vagel suddenly starts... Yeah, flipping timing, man. Vagel suddenly starts forward, pulling Aurelia into a close embrace. Did you know this whole time that I loved you, even before I knew? I was never certain, but I've grown to care for you a lot across our travels. When I realised how much you seemed to trust me on instinct, even if your words sometimes said otherwise. It just felt right, you know? Besides, I love you too. Even if you didn't feel the same way, I always hoped that you did too deep down. But we can't. I mean, you're already with the others. I am, it's true. But I understand, and it's not like I won't talk to them about this. They're already sharing in a sense, remember? Yes, good timing, dog. Long story on that one, but after everything we've been through, that's all that's happened, even despite the others. Am I really allowed to? Nah. Vagel seems torn for a moment, but then pulls Aurelia even closer. I don't know what to say. You don't have to say a word, darling. Right now, you should just feel it. Right now, more than anything, what is it you'd like to do? The moment the two embrace, and Vagel gently puts her hands on the side of Aurelia's face. The moment they stare at each other, and Vagel quickly pulls Aurelia in for a surprisingly intense kiss. Yeah, it's true. I told him. Samson, who'd been talking with Caitlin a little distance away, spots what's happening and gestures silently for her to look. It's like, what?
Ooh, she cheated?
Oh. He's really tongue too. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, dear, quick. Caitlin drags Samson behind some of the crates nearby, out of slider sight of the two. Dang, she really just finally went for it, huh? I definitely thought the two had something together. I know, right? Surprised it took this two this long. Oh, we got some more competition, eh? Well, what was it Aurelia told us way back when? I've got no silly hang-ups about calling multiple people at once, enough love to go around, or words to that effect, right? Well, if it was someone we didn't know, I'm not sure I'd be happy. But given it's Vagel, I suppose it's okay. If she doesn't bring it up with us soon, we should. Agreed. Buddy would reform a few moments later. I need to double check we haven't got 2 copies of Vanessa in the team now.
No,
no, we're good. Okay, I think we got through that without
Vanessa's multiplying.
I was worried that she would be removed from the party but not re-added to it.
Ah, okay.
Or that she'd be removed twice or something weird like that, but
Just 7 Vanessas.
yes. The 8th party member, Vanessa 2.
The night party member.
Yeah, I was just trying that whole time. I was just trying to like see if I could catch anyone off guard.
Yeah,
just,
no, you
like,
did.
In the
And
middle.
I wish I just had the chat closed. It's like, why?
Just like in the middle of this.
The first one was like
nice.
whatever, and then the second one was like, God damn it. I think I could drag this on screen. I don't know if it'll show. No, it will show up in the recording. He posted this in the middle of that.
I don't see it on the stream.
No, you guys can't, but the recording can. Oh dear. Look at what I have to deal with. I tried so hard with that bit, and he throws this at me. God damn it. Oh dear.
It was so worth it.
Okay. Back to whatever the hell it was we're doing. I think, yeah, that bit's just blocked off. What do we have?
It's too much romance. I had
Too much.
to.
He had to throw something off. We're going by kids' TV laws here. We can't go too serious for too long. We have to break it up.
Exactly.
Some like badly timed joke that ruins the scene.
Have you seen that clip of like it's the Amazing World of Gumball and like they're about to kiss and then just like cuts to like Call of Duty Black Ops 1, just like MPLA stuff. I forgot. I want to find that clip. It is hilarious.
This is. Ugh. This should just go further in, but it feels so off. Thankfully, we don't have to actually enter into that particular area, but I must admit, I do find it a little strange looking into that darkness. We shall leave for now. We
spooky.
We will kind of get to find out what's down there, but that's something for game number 3.
typed in Amazing World of Gumball on YouTube, and the first thing that popped up was deaths.
Fair enough. Yeah, I suppose I think a few people did die in that show, at least.
Actually, wait,
Rarely,
where
anyway.
did you get the zombie dogs? Like, I know you got the coffins from people, but like, do some of those coffins have like dogs in them?
You just went to the local
I think it's a case
shelter.
that they've like found some like dead wild dogs and raised them. Or in at least one case, they mentioned that the dogs are still loyal to their masters. So my assumption is they were buried with their masters in that case.
Alright, I put the video up on
Sam's got an
Discord
AoE
for
heal
later.
now. I forgot we had that. Yeah, we've got an
Oh.
AoE heal. Takes a little while to set it up though. Oh god, he's rotten all over us. I actually hate the sounds that rot makes. I kept it in because it's uncomfortable and it fits with a skill called rot, but I hate that sort of gurgling sound that it makes.
And he's dead again.
She's down, yeah. She's taking a nap. We'll get her back up when the fight's over. I wish I could do some of the EDF style like resurrection dialogue. They have a lot of jokes, things like what do you mean there's enemies still here? You haven't dealt with them all already? Or like what's the one like my favourite one for when your character goes down is, wow, you dodged that so fast, I didn't even see you move. It's like,
Could you get it to like a little speech bubble to pop up with their heads or something?
yeah, that'd be the way to do it. I don't know how you would do that. Like, I think that is definitely something that is in the realm of custom scripting territory, and it's probably not difficult if you know how to do that. I am not going to pretend I am one of the people that does. Oh, I meant to hit the mummy.
Fair.
Whoops.
Look how she
most-
missed after the dog was dead. And then re-hit again.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the most technical thing I've ever done was insert a broken screen effect on a video and make a 3D model of the harpy using an already prefab tool. So I mean, I can't judge if you don't know how to do
Not the techiest. I kind of have. I make games. I kind of have to know at least a bit. I built my PC. That's sort of like about as advanced as it gets on the physical hardware. I did electronics way back in college, but like the problem is, if you actually like study electronics, like half of it's math and it's algebra, and I hate algebra.
Well,
It's like my Achilles heel when it comes to
you
everything.
hate algebra? I wouldn't expect you hate calculus, but
I-
really algebra?
We didn't have to do calculus over here, so I got to ignore it.
Oh,
You said algebra and I almost threw up. I despise algebra.
Yeah, it's like, I just don't get along with it. Some basics I can do, but it's when you have to like rearrange formulas, and it's like, oh, turns out you really need to know how to do that when you're doing electronics, and it's like, oh, so quiet.
all for this. Calculator good.
Yeah, but in this case, I never needed it. The most complicated thing I needed was a calculator. I think the most complicated thing I'd done for the game code was for a project made for uni, which had a grappling hook, and I had to work out the swing for it because I was the one coding that project.
Ah.
And that was like a bit
Oh.
of trigonometry, and that's the most advanced I've ever had to get. And I'm very grateful for it.
Trigonometry.
No,
Trigonometry is the one thing I hate more than algebra. I actually forgot what it was called until you mentioned it. That's how much I hate it.
I mean, I
Damn
guess
you,
it's not terrible,
Pythagoras!
but, like, it's just
Oh
annoying.
my gosh, I had to do it for summer school. It was awful.
Oh dear.
I didn't even learn it in regular school. We just learned it in summer school. And I was just like, why?
That summer school is also not really a thing over here, so it's never really something I've had to deal with.
No, I'm just stupid. So.
Now you mention it, I can't hear any undead up ahead. I think that was the last of the guards. We're almost there. Yeah, they don't really hold you back a year in UK either. If you like do badly in a year, they just like try and help you out more for next year.
Oh well, that sounds so great. Instead of punishing people for doing bad, even though it might genuinely not be their fault, like.
Yeah, I think what was it? My brother had that at one point where it's like he said he was struggling to like get through all the questions on the exam in time. Like the answers weren't particularly any worse than other people's, and I think they like just gave him a time extension because the teachers realized like, oh, he's like fine, he just needs a little bit longer on it. We'll just give you a bit longer on it, kind of thing. Like they're surprisingly chill over here. Like
Here, if you're not exactly how every other student is supposed to be, or just like how they expect you to be, it's just like, oh well, push to the side. I'm gonna go help the other people.
Skill issue.
Yeah, it is literally
I mean,
literal
yeah,
skill
technically.
issues I have to deal with on a
I'm gonna
daily
buy a
basis.
few of those before we start because I've realised we haven't got many revived things.
Oh yeah.
So,
Is this a battle?
yes. I mean, slight spoilers, but I mean, the guy at the
Oh,
center.
I
of the
wonder
two.
what it could be.
Oh, you'll like this one, Cringe. Actually, I just remembered what this
Crap.
one is.
Also, I would find it kind of funny that like you just walked up and put all your healing potions before you talked to him. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, just hold on a sec. I'm putting in a remote order of Red Rock. Give me a minute. We need like
Kakuda.
30 tier 1 healing potions. Yes, Kakuda. Alright, final check. Bones in place. Silver is in place. Markings inscribed on the stone. Oh, I see. I'll explain the noise, at least. Let me guess. Your scouts sent by Ilanon to track me down. Would that be about right? Won't be the first. Probably won't be the last either. Have you got to Ilanon yet? You were just at the bit... You're very near him from the end of the last review, Cringe. Have you...
Oh. I haven't played since. I was actually just going to record right after this.
Oh, sure.
Because I already have everything set up.
This is a very minor spoiler. Ilanon is the name of the wizard in the section you're doing.
Oh.
It's him.
Well, that's just the name. That's fair.
Not quite. But we do know the man. We were sent to deal with the undead invasion originating from here. From what I remember, he mentioned you were a rival of his? Oh, I see. This is awkward, but not potentially unprofitable. Unprofitable? You are all quite talented adventurers, correct? You must have at least some modicum of experience ability to made it past through the guards, if my talents have any worth to them at all. You aren't wrong, but I don't follow. Is some attempt at a bribe? Oh, by profit I mean soul of my own. I'm going to take your trained flesh and bones and add them to my hoard. But to do that, I need to snuff the life from you all first. Arise, mighty grounding crab, and protect your master.
Oh no! It's him again!
He's looking a
It's
little
an
different.
It's an undead grounding crab.
Yeah. Grounding crab and some zombies? I mean, it's a threat, but this is all he has. No, it's not that simple. If that crab is dead, it's basically all shell now. Unlike the normal ones that have weak points, this one doesn't have a vulnerable spot. Damn it, I almost missed that if Hetty hadn't... Wait, look, that necromancer's raising more undead too. Oh, that's food. I will have to cut the stream in a minute. Are you guys okay? If I... Yeah, I normally get a warning, but that didn't seem to happen today. Are you guys okay if I like pause it and come back to it in like sort of half an hour? Or
Yeah.
do you want to wrap up?
Sure.
I don't know another way. Cool.
I just thought it was funny. You're just like, it's like, oh, the necromancer's raising more dead. It's like, oh, food. Just like, hold the phone here.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like cooked, so I can't really wait. Right. Pause the
alright, go.
recording there until part 2.